to Shining, Shimmering, Splendid, where I review Walt Disney World rides and attractions. Today, I'm going to be reviewing arguably one of the most exciting and thrilling rides ever to hit Disney World, Aerosmith's Rockin' Rollercoaster. This ride debuted on July 30th, 1999 in Hollywood Studios and is one of the most popular rides in the park. The ride premise is that you're going on a tour of G-Force Records Company, and when you reach the end of the standby line, you go into a room and you see Aerosmith finishing up a recording session. And just as they're about to leave, they notice you guys walk in. And they're all set to talk to you and all that stuff when their manager comes in and says, "Hey guys, guess what? You're late for a show that you totally forgot you had." And Aerosmith, loving the fans the way that they do, are like, "We can't leave these people behind. Let them come with us. Hook them up with some backstage passes, get them in a stretch limo, and we'll meet them at the concert." The manager basically says, "All right, we'll get you in a stretch limo. It's waiting out in the alley outside." So as you leave that room, you go into a back alley, and that's where you see your stretch limo waiting for you, which is the roller coaster. Rockin' Rollercoaster is the second fastest ride in Disney World, surpassed only by Test Track. So it is the fastest roller coaster in Disney World, going from 0 to 58 in 2 seconds. It's one of those launch-off type of roller coasters, and its thrill factor is huge. I'm going to jump right into the pros on this one and say that it is one of the highest thrill rides in Disney World, which for me is a huge pro. It's a dark roller coaster with 3 inversions, Aerosmith blasting in your ears, there's black lights, it's like Space Mountain on speed. As far as roller coasters go, it's a very well done roller coaster. I'd put it on par with ones that you'd find at Universal Studios or Six Flags or any other kind of thrill park. One of my favorite things about the ride is that the theme of it is integral to it. You're going through G-Force Records during the standby line. The limo that you get into is the roller coaster, and when you get out of it, you're on the red carpet at the concert. Everything about it from start to finish tells a story, so you're really immersed in it. Another great thing about it is that there's a single rider line. So if you don't mind riding by yourself or not riding with your family, you can really cut down on the wait time, and you still get to experience the scene with Aerosmith. You still get to go through all the queue lines, so you get to enjoy all of the stuff that it has to offer without having to wait the full amount of time. And then the cons for it, and I really only have one, is that this ride really isn't for everybody. I'm a huge roller coaster person. I love thrill rides, but this ride is tough on your body. In comparison, Mission Space, which is kind of known as that really rough ride for people who get nauseous easily, have motion sickness, any of that, gives you 2.5 G-forces sustained throughout the ride. Rockin' Rollercoaster gives you 5 Gs when you're taking off, so it's twice the amount of Mission Space. 5 Gs. If you're comparing it to real astronauts in a space launch, they're only getting 3 Gs. So yeah, this is not for the faint of heart, literally. Make sure that you can really handle this ride if you're going to do it. And if you're determined to do it and you're really not sure, save it for the end of the day or when you're about to leave, because nothing is worse than ruining an entire day at Disney because you suddenly feel nauseous all day and you can't get that feeling to go away. This ride recently went under refurbishment, and I have noticed that ever since it came back on, the wait time for it has gone up a lot. So I would say that the single rider is also very helpful for that. It used to be like a 60-minute wait time. Now it's pushing like 110, 120, and that's a lot. So if you can get a fast pass for this, definitely do it. I don't know if something has changed and they're not getting people on the ride as often, or if it's been closed for a while and now that it's open, people are really trying to get on it. So it's just inflated for now and it'll go back down. But either way, my recommendation is either try to get a fast pass for it or get there when the park opens, immediately go do this ride and Tower of Terror before the wait line gets really high. My overall opinion is if you love roller coasters, you're gonna love this ride. It's an absolutely beautifully done roller coaster. On the other side, if you don't like roller coasters or you can't handle them, this is not a good ride for you. It's really as simple as that. You like roller coasters? Do it. If you don't like roller coasters, don't do it. I also just wanted to quick share a couple of fun facts that I learned about this ride. There are 5 different limos with different license plate numbers. And I remember the last time I was on the ride, different music was playing. You're always going to hear Aerosmith, of course, but usually I'm hearing either Walk This Way or Love in a Roller Coaster instead of Love in an Elevator. But the last time that I rode it, I heard Nine Lives, and I was like, oh, did they change it once they went through the refurbishment? Actually, what it is that each limo gives you different music. I'll leave a link in the description box below of what songs play for which limo, but that's kind of a cool, neat little thing to know, that you'll know what song's gonna play based on what limo you're about to get. Another neat thing to know is that if you're waiting in the fast pass line or the single rider line, and it might be the standby line too, but I haven't been in the standby line recently, so I haven't been able to check it. If you're wearing your magic band, there's a chance that your name and where you're from will pop up in one of the posters on the walls. We noticed it when our friend Ascadelia's name came up, and we were like, there's no way that they just made that name up. So that's how we figured out that it was linked to the magic bands. And that's something really cool to kind of check out. I don't know how you can like trigger it or make it happen, but if it does happen, it's like something cool that just makes you feel really special. I would give this ride 9 out of 10 backstage passes. As far as I'm concerned, between the huge immersion of theme, the well done ride itself, and the single rider line, this is as close to a perfect ride as you're gonna get. But I don't know, maybe I'm putting it up on a pedestal because I love roller coasters. What do you think? Is this really one of the best rides Disney has to offer? Let me know in the comments below what you think. If you like my reviews, feel free to like and subscribe. And as always, feel free to give me suggestions of other rides that I can review. And check back every Thursday for another Shining, Shimmering, Splendid review. Oh my gosh, there are people selling Girl Scout cookies. I hope they come to my door.